Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning, and welcome to this week's segment of Live Without Limits. Today's show is titled, Too Overwhelmed to Outsource. Here's your answer. And we're talking about outsourcing because when you are a solopreneur and you're just getting started, it's often a situation where you will wear all the hats in your business, which is understandable. But what that does is that spreads you out too thin. And I remember a few years ago seeing something where someone was selling a program on the secrets of building a business, and it was all about how to outsource your business. And he was charging a lot of money, and most of it was really just common sense about what you need to do with your business. My prayer was, Lord, please help me. How can I do all and not be overwhelmed? How can I do all of it, and still be happy, said Niecy Nash. You can afford to outsource, and that's the plain and simple truth, even if you don't believe it yet. When I asked for questions about outsourcing, I received comments like, I can't see what things might make sense to have someone do for me. However, I do not yet have the cash flow sufficient to justify the expense. It seems a bit like the chicken or the egg. What do I do? And I am looking at outsourcing some parts of my small business. However, I also have the money issue. How can you go about outsourcing when you can't guarantee a steady income? But you need steady work. And where or how does outsourcing work on a shoestring budget? These are totally legitimate questions. And the thing to remember is when you start an online business, you don't have to have a lot of money. If you were in a brick and mortar store, you would literally have to have $500,000 in the bank before you even open your doors. Why is that? Simple reason. You have to buy stock. You have to hire employees. You have to pay overhead like electricity. And you literally have to train people before you even open the doors. And then to get people to come in the doors, you have to advertise. That's why so many little small stores in the brick and mortar business have gone out in recent years and literally gone online to sell their products. If you don't have the cash flow, how can you afford to hire someone? Making it happen requires a complete mindset change. We are all running businesses, and it really doesn't matter how small. There are things we need to do to make that business work. There are expenses to pay, and there is plenty of work to be done. And what we need to do is change the mindset, because when you're a worker, you think how you can't afford it. But if you think about an entrepreneur, what are you doing? You're thinking, I can't not do it. Why? Because this gives you the opportunity to spend the time doing what you like best. And outsourcing marketing is one thing that will help you grow and build a successful business, because you're turning that part of the business over to someone else and they can do it full time. Just like having a social media marketing expert do your marketing for you. As online businesses owners, we often get stuck in this idea that we can do just about everything for free. I think that's a dangerous way to think of things. Oh yes, online business can definitely be cheaper to get started, run and grow than a traditional brick and mortar store. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't make wise investments to grow your business, whether it's purchasing equipment we need, buying a course, or hiring people who can make our business run more smoothly. Investments should be seen as something that will give us greater return on the future. Let me give you a few outsourcing for profit examples. Hiring an efficient customer support person. This means you have happy customers and potential customers who will want to buy more stuff from you. You have more time to focus on business building activities. You can use a virtual assistant. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that just before I go into some other things. But if you look back over the past, a virtual assistant was a secretary in a big corporation, and they made a set salary. And they worked for 4 or 5 different people, constantly doing their own work. But today, when that same secretary can do the same thing, working from home, and charge each individual person that they work for a set fee for a number of hours, and they can literally double and triple their income. So if it's something that you enjoy doing, you should think about becoming a virtual assistant. Hiring a graphic designer to make a logo or banner for you. This portrays a professional image that attracts more potential customers and saves you from the hours of learning and months of perfecting the art of graphic design. And a graphic designer who worked in a brick and mortar store is also a web designer today working from home. Hiring a programmer to customize your shopping cart. You now have an easier and more streamlined shopping process that reduces cart abandonment, turning into more sales for you. Hiring a bookkeeper who gives you monthly reports. Now you can stay on top of your business and where it's going instead of stressing out about these under-documented receipts from 6 months ago. And these are all the hats that you would be wearing and spreading yourself so thin that you literally would not have time to run your business doing what you truly love to do. This is how technology and the internet has changed how business has done, and has changed the fact that we are truly now a global environment. Hiring a writer to write several pieces of content for you each month. Now you have lead generating material to bring in more clients, and you didn't even have to break a sweat. I won't go on because I know that some people reading this are saying, yeah, I get what you mean, but I still don't have the money. If you still don't think you have the money, go through these steps. Write down all your business expenses. Write down all the tasks you do on a daily, monthly, and weekly basis. I mean, write everything down. Now take a look at those business expenses. Are you paying for advertising that doesn't seem to be producing results? Are you buying course after course, most of which are still unread and still aren't sure how to turn a profit in your business? These are some expenses that many times we don't always think about. Is when you're in a multi-level marketing company and you need people to talk to and you've run out of personal contacts, what do? You buy leads. Make some difficult decisions and reallocate some of these wasted funds to get help in your business. When you look at the list you created with all your tasks, imagine if you had a job outside your home and your boss expected you to do all those things. You'd quit on the spot. You would never take a job as a web designer, accountant, administrative assistant, customer support person, janitor. I think you get the point. You own the business. This is what I'm saying. Think like an owner. Outsource. The one thing that people find it difficult to do is delegate. Delegate business to other people and to get the help that you truly need to run an efficient business. Because, you know, if you had a brick and mortar store, you would not be doing everything yourself. You would have a manager in the store. You would have supervisors to supervise your employees in each separate department. And you would have a credit department. You would have an accounting department. All of these things would be part of your business. So why not look at it this way? Instead of running and paying a lot of overhead, you have got tax breaks from working from home. And when you outsource, that's income that you can write off on your taxes. You own this business. You should be the manager. Eventually, you'll want to move from manager to CEO, the manager that oversees everything and makes sure that it gets done, that the business is profitable. What we're looking at is how do you make a business profitable? And you do that by not trying to wear all the hats at once. The biggest problem is that we don't always realize the importance of outsourcing. Of course, it may take some time for you to get to that manager status, especially if you're working on a budget. But start making a plan to do so. Start small, but do get started. Here's my getting started with outsourcing on a budget plan. When you wrote that list of tasks, you probably found there are a lot of little details. You tend to like answering emails, making website corrections, sending your newsletter. These are the little tasks that break up our day and make it hard to focus. And focus is really what you need to break that profit barrier. Meaning what we're talking about now is you need to focus on your business, on what it is that you like to do. If you owned a store that was a brick and mortar store, you would maybe come in and look at the books and manage the store, but you would not be there on a day-to-day business. What you would be doing is going to network meetings, meeting new people, meeting people who could help you grow your business. You need to look at your home-based business in the same way. Take a serious look at what you can afford. My advice is to hire a virtual assistant who can do a variety of administrative type tasks like answering emails, loading up your autoresponder, and so forth. Most assistants today are proficient with a wide variety of business tasks and will be able to do website updates, work in your shopping cart. Some even do some graphic design and programming. Get someone on board that can help you with the tasks that you need help with. Virtual assistant rates vary greatly. You can expect to pay from $20 per hour all the way up to $50 per hour or more. For your purposes, where you need general help with various tasks, you can certainly find the help you need between $20 to $30 per hour. And yes, there are companies where you can find people that are out of the country that need to make money, or you can go on Fiverr where you can find people that will do it for far less. But you want someone that is reputable, that looks at their job and takes it seriously. So the question is, can you afford to set aside $20 to $40 per hour per week to help you refocus on the things that will build your business? Once you do that, you'll find you have less stress. You have more time to work on the marketing of your business, and you become more profitable as a result of spending that $20 to $40. And once you experience those benefits, you can afford to get more help. All right, no more excuses. It's time to start creating a business that you love. But where do you hire a virtual assistant? And think about all of the places that you can go to hire someone that you can go to that can help you. And I've kind of mentioned some places, but let's look at some other things that you can do when it comes to outsourcing, because outsourcing is a real business that you can. Okay, let's talk a little bit about what outsourcing is, and then how you can take outsourcing and take it to the next level of business. Because, and then we're going to talk about some of the benefits of outsourcing. So what you do when you outsource is there are companies that you can turn to that can help you to build a business that can really help you grow. And what we're talking about is how you can take and focus your business into the areas that you truly want to do. So, as you evaluate your choices and decisions in outsourcing difficult components of your operations, you will need to consider the advantages of outsourcing. When done for the right reasons, outsourcing will actually help your company grow and save money. There are other advantages to outsourcing that go beyond money. So focus on core activities. In rapid growth periods, the back office operations of a company will expand also. This expansion may start to consume resources at the expense of the core activities that have made your company successful. Outsourcing those activities will allow refocusing on those businesses' activities that are important without sacrificing quality or service in the back office. Cost and efficiency savings. And that is the main thing of what we're talking about, how you can be more efficient when you are working on your business. Operations whose costs are running out of control must be considered for outsourcing. Departments that may have evolved over time into uncontrolled and poorly managed areas are prime motivators for outsourcing. In addition, an outsourcing company can bring better management skills to your company than what would otherwise be available. And what this allows for is staffing flexibility, which is outsourcing will allow operations that have seasonal and cyclical demands to bring in additional resources when you need them and release them when you're done. And what I want to talk about a little bit for the last few minutes is why outsourcing is so important and how it allows you to do the things that will help you to refocus and concentrate your business on the things that can help you grow. And what we're looking at is this. And think about it. When you're working at home, you want to do the things that you truly like to do first and the things that you truly don't like to do and the last. And then that makes you inefficient because guess what? You are not getting the things that need to be done. The best thing to do is to look at your budget and outsource those projects that you don't like to do. It makes you far more efficient in your business today. So what we want to do is maybe look at some of the benefits of outsourcing that can truly put you in a different position. And outsourcing is a great option for you to make the work process easier to handle. Those working in local companies may choose to outsource work so that they can continue to focus on the core business process. Small tasks that can easily be passed along. And let's talk about why it is important to outsource, because outsourcing refers to the way in which companies entrust the processes of their business functions to external vendors. And, you know, one of the things that you can do is There are meetup groups or leads groups where you can go and you can meet someone who has a different profession. And through each other, you can learn ways to grow and expand your business and expand those things that you want to do by outsourcing. And this is something that so many people do not always think about, is how outsource their business so they can concentrate on the things that they want to do. And what I'd like to do is ask you some questions that you can think about for outsourcing. And that is, if you had the opportunity to spend your time doing the things that you truly love doing, do you not think it would lighten the load? It would create opportunities. It would put you literally in that space where you want to be right now? So, remember, we've been talking about outsourcing and the things that you can do to make your business profitable. And as we said, write out a list. Look at the benefits of outsourcing. Look at the reasons you shouldn't, which is the longer line, because the reason that people don't do it is they look at the money that they have coming in as opposed to the money going out. And it's very difficult when you see more money going out than you see money coming in. But where is your money going? Is it going for things to help you be better at your business? Or is it going to buy items or products or things that someone's convinced you can help you build your business but has not done so? Then you need to look at how you can rearrange your finances, because once you start going to meetup groups, that you start going to Chamber of Commerce meetings where you can promote yourself in your business and concentrate on that aspect of your business, then you will start generating more income. And I've said this earlier, and I'll say this again. You need to think like an entrepreneur, because an entrepreneur will look at what are the things that I can do to build my business. An employee looks at how much money they're making and take home and spending, but they don't understand that it's a totally different mindset to be an entrepreneur than it is to be an employee. We can sit down with you and we can work out a plan to help you find some of the best places to go to get the help that you need. And there are companies out there, and I'm going to list a couple. There's Fiverr, where people advertise that they're looking, that they're virtual assistants, and they can help you to do the things that need to be done to build your business.